All right, we rolling.
Loyola, Chicago gonna beat Tennessee though.
Think so?
Yeah.
Tennessee good, man.
In my
I think Tennessee.
opinion, that sucks. What the
Well, all right, Tyrone.
I'm surprised. Tyrone's on his religious hiatus.
Playoffs? I just hope we can win.
We rolling, y'all.
Rolling on the track.
What up, podcast land? It's your boy Brentel. We have my boy Mike and Kirsch here with us today. This is what the We Talking Playoffs podcast, and we're coming back after a long hiatus. We got the NCAA tournament. We'll talk about that first, and then we'll just kind of go through everything else with trades and football free agency, things of that nature. Also, I wanted to talk. Yeah, we got to talk about John Wall getting traded and where he's gonna go. But we'll talk about all that after. Kentucky just advanced. They beat Buffalo.
By 20.
By 20?
Yeah. That's why I said they was just too athletic. I mean, it was like within 4 with 8 minutes to go, and then Kentucky just started getting them turnovers from being longer.
Yo, I like that.
Being athletic.
I like Buffalo's point guard. I like him. He got a lot of heart.
Yeah, he does.
But what y'all been up to, man?
Working, coaching.
Yeah, how your boys doing, Mike?
Good. We just made final cuts today. Our EG10 team about to be on the gauntlet, doing major things.
That's awesome. That's what's up, Mike.
Yeah.
When's your first tournament?
End of the month.
Oh, so you're ready.
Yep. We're gonna have a couple just running practices.
We're gonna get the soft ones off the team already.
Yep. We're gonna make sure you in shape. Hey, it's running gun. There's a 24-second shot clock, so ain't no time to play.
So
we're gonna be tired. Nah.
You just press most of the game?
Oh yeah, for sure, all whole game.
Cause your team's usually undersized, right?
Well, I got some size this year. I got 6'8", 6'9", 6'10".
Wow.
Yeah, I got some size. I got a beast 6'4" guard, 6'3" guard. I mean, shortest kid on the team, Tyrone height, but he a dog. He don't back down for nobody. He'll take that 6'8" man in the paint. He don't care.
Foul like Tyler.
Nah, he don't foul. He just solid. He's solid.
As Reggie.
Wait, was you out there, Mike? Was you out there for that? Oh man, he scored about 80. He scored 81 on Reggie.
Really?
Yeah.
And everybody was in Reggie's ear. Chris, Gary, Tyrone was talking. Cash Money.
Oh wow!
I had to work that day, and I came out there later, and man, I was there for the second half. He still did him. He still scored the second 42 points on him. But by the time I got there, Reggie Soul was broke, dog. It was bad.
I was like, he ain't had one. He ain't had no soul no more. You just stomping on the ground, making sure that it's going farther and farther in the dirt.
Feet out of it.
Wow.
It was bad. It was real bad. But let's see where we go. Let me look at this live bracket real quick.
You know, I'm sorry, I didn't even get to make one.
Your boys got knocked out. Virginia, how you feel about that?
I mean, I'm glad. I'm glad that a 16 seed finally beat a 1 seed. I mean, it had to happen sooner or later for them always trying to make the 16 seeds like they wasn't nothing. So, I mean, he finally had they finally pulled off. Yeah. And they got it done.
That bracket is... Well, Kentucky...
Lyles is a dog.
Yeah?
Lyles is a dog. The point guard for University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Right. You was telling me about him. Yeah. Yeah. Let me try to get a recap of that joint. We get some box scores.
Brendan Allen playing tomorrow against Nevada at 6:10.
Talking about Cincinnati.
Hey, shout out to Brendan, man. You think he up?
Yeah.
Let me see. You gotta call that motherfucker. Um,
Hey, but what y'all think about the Arizona scandal?
which what is which one? What you talking about? What scandal they
Miller
got?
The
Miller paid
Yeah.
$100,000 to somebody to play for
To-
him.
the Aiden.
Yeah.
They said they had phone taps of him about to give money to Aiden this year.
Do it
And
really
Miller
matter?
on the conference, he said, "I ain't never gave money, and I never will." The bottom line is, Aiden going to the NBA, he ain't gonna talk.
It don't matter.
And he sat out his game.
They
And then they lost.
but they
It was
out
a 4
though.
seed and lost.
Did he play? Did he play that game that they lost?
Yeah.
Do it
He had
really
like 14
matter?
and 10.
But do it really matter? They out. This shouldn't even be a story. He's gone. They're out. Keep
The
deal with
story
that shit.
should
Deal
be
with that
that
shit
the
next year.
NCAA, the short story should be that the NCAA made over $1 billion in revenue last year, and they're
tripping.
not giving players nothing.
Right, and they tripping about a little measly 100,000,
And I think that was coming out of Miller's pocket anyway.
which it probably ain't.
Of
But
a $6 million
Technically-
contract. Oh, well.
technically, it was probably out of his pocket, but technically not.
It's probably backed by some boosters.
Yep. Let's see. Kentucky, Buffalo, Loyola, Tennessee. That's Loyola, Chicago up 38-34 right
Yeah.
now.
No, that's 40-36.
Oh,
I'll
no.
see Gonzaga tonight.
Oh yeah, we gotta hurry up. They playing right now?
I can't believe
They Five.
Alabama got blown out like that today.
Hey,
We talked about that early, B. Like Villanova got 3 NBA players for sure.
for sure.
Like Villanova is the most talented and advanced team in the tournament.
They clearly have been the best program in basketball for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, Duke is probably equally as talented, but they're young. They're all freshmen pretty much, with the exception of Grayson.
Right. Which I think is hilarious because Duke kind of they adapted to the one and done system when before they were like kind of looking down on Calipari, but now he's doing the same thing, but nobody want to talk about that. You know what I mean?
Right. And with North Carolina going through what they went through the last couple of years, they haven't been doing one and done, and they've been beating Duke.
Say experience, yeah.
It's the coaching. Like Roy Williams can coach.
And he growing them players too.
Yeah.
So he know, hey, we might get one or two one and dones, but hey, the majority of our team is about to be scholarships, and we about to grow these guys. We want the longevity. We don't want the I made it, now I'm gone. It's a completely different style of recruiting.
Speaking of, I said something on Twitter today. I kind of want to say on the podcast because I stand behind it 100%. The way UConn is handling the Kevin Ali situation is complete bullshit. And I will never root for UConn men's basketball ever again.
Well, what's going on?
Yeah.
They fired him, and they're trying to say within reason, but this is a man who is not only an alum, like he stuck there and was loyal after he won the national championship as a coach when he could have went to greener pastures in the NBA. He was loyal. And then you're going to turn around and fire him and say you had just cause just because y'all had a down year. Like, it's UConn. It's not Kentucky. It's not Duke. Like, you're going to have those years that are kind of iffy. Even Syracuse kind of goes through that now. Syracuse is like an 11 seed this year. And you're not playing in what was a dominant Big East. The Big East is a shell of itself now. So you're going to have to be patient.
Yeah, all the schools in the area. Well, Villanova is Big East, correct?
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, they pulling up all the talent from the area. It's going to happen.
Well, yeah, in Philly. They in
Yeah,
Philly.
that's a prime spot. We just talked about this. Me and Chris just talked about this earlier. You're in the vicinity of DC, Virginia. You got Philly, all of Pennsylvania. Then you're close enough to New York. So you're sucking up all the talent in that area. With Villanova being the top one, well, if not the top best program in the country, at least one of them. You know what I mean? And all the rest of the teams in the Big East are struggling. So you're gonna get the 3 to 4 stars when all the 5 stars are gonna go, elsewhere. So
And that's the thing with evaluating talent. You got to be patient because you're gonna have that 1 year where you struggle. You're gonna see progress in the second year, and then by that third year, you're favored, and then the fourth year depends on how many people you got come back. Even Michigan State goes through it a little bit now.
right.
Like you got to be realistic. Even with college football, with the exception of maybe like Bama, all them teams go through it for they'll have a year where you're like, oh, they're really young. You don't expect them to do much, but if they do much, then it's bonus.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think you're right, man. That's they're in a program in which you have to be patient, which I think Kevin Ollie has definitely earned his patience from the administration. You know what I mean? He's definitely earned that.
Right.
I'm curious to see what they think is better that they're going to bring in.
Well, he really ain't done nothing since Kimba. All honesty.
Danny Hurley is who they want to hire.
What is is that Bobby's little brother or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's coaching Seton Hall right now.
Okay. Well, they must want.
But
to
here's
get
the
that New
thing:
York
like
crowd.
you're firing a coach who has a national championship for a coach that I think maybe has been to the Sweet 16, maybe.
Let's see. It says Seton Hall. They just lost yesterday. Or no, they about to lose tonight to Kansas.
But the difference is at Seton Hall they have built their program. He has built that program.
I got you.
Kevin Ollie came into Calhoun's system. Kemba Walker was a Calhoun recruit. They won a national
Ali
championship.
was on that staff. Ali recruited him.
But what I'm saying is Calhoun gets the recruit credit for it. Like that was part of his team.
Personally, I always felt like Kevin Ollie was going to end up being a better NBA coach anyway. Because he was always one of those role players. Like, I think when Philly actually starts making their push, Kevin Ollie's going to be the coach.
Heard it here first. You heard it here first. Yeah. All right.
Sure did. We'll
remember this. We'll remember this podcast.
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give up.
Yeah, we definitely gonna come back to this because I'm definitely gonna snippet that out. We're like, yeah, we talked about this years ago.
Right.
Oh man. Anything else happening in the college ranks?
I mean, all the top national recruits, they all set out a game because of what they thought was recruiting violations. So, I mean, it's like they're trying to knock down the recruiting violations right now, but it goes back to the whole thing that they still need to be paying them kids, man. I mean,
yeah,
I understand that the schools are making umpteen millions of dollars on them, and okay, they're getting their scholarship. All right, their scholarship could be valued at what? Maybe $40,000 max a year. I mean, you should be able to give them $20,000 on top of that.
You got at least go 60, 70 because you got room and board and shit.
That's why I said 40,000.
No,
Adam Silver is stepping in. Have you guys heard about this? Where he wants to develop the D League more as like a minor league team,
a farming
with minor league team, and you be able to have an option with a minimum in the D League of like $75K a year. Australia's starting a a new league. Like, there's going to be more options. The NCAA has fucked around too much with not paying these athletes and trying to keep amateurism. It's not amateurism when you're paying $8 million to a coach.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're right, dog. And it's just wrong, man. It's just wrong. There's no other way to look at where they're getting the education. Are they really?
No,
You know?
they're not. They're getting a watered down education. They're
getting basic classics.
They're getting American education. Like, they're just passing them along. That's exactly what they're doing in the smaller schools, the elementary schools, and so on. Like, okay, let's just pass them along.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did with Andy Katzenmoyer back in the day. He was taking golf. Come on, man. And football. I mean,
he played for Ohio State, number 45.
Yeah,
he took bar fighting too.
I bet he did. But what I'm saying, I mean, that was the classic example, and I don't think there's gotten any better. I mean, you're taking some one-on-one classes, aka high school refreshers. Like, you're not really teaching nothing. I mean, I don't remember a thing from my freshman year in college. Do y'all?
I remember my business law class.
Yeah, I remember like my music and core classes. So
my business law class, Miss Parker,
classes, I mean,
she taught us how to kill somebody and get away with it.
Wow. Wow.
So lasting effect.
Right, obviously. Clearly a lasting effect. I mean, he said that's crazy.
Is she still working?
she was her second husband was a mobster from New York.
Oh wow! I remember you telling me about her. I remember you telling me about that shit. Let's see. So we got college. Are we done with college basketball?
Well, before we leave college basketball, let's make some picks, Mike. Bertel just gonna say Penn State.
Anyway, no, I got some picks.
Hey,
I got some picks lined up.
It is what it is. 120 games this year.
I got some picks, man. Hey,
Purdue, y'all want me to go first? I'll tell you who I have.
Wait, time out. Did their big man get hurt?
Yeah, he broke his elbow.
That's the start of the team, right?
Yep, he's done.
Okay, all right. I can X them off. I thought I seen it, but I wasn't sure. All right, go ahead, Kirsch.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all my final four. I'm not sure who I still have left.
Let me look at the bracket. Dang.
My final four. Okay, I'm missing one. That was Arizona. I got Michigan, Villanova, and Michigan State. I had Michigan and Villanova in the finals, and I had Michigan winning it all.
You hold on. What? Are you talking about football? Hold on.
He said, "Wait, what?"
This all reality. This real. This 1,000% serious. Right? You picked Michigan to win the whole tournament.
I picked Michigan to win the basketball national championship.
Oh my god!
This ain't 1991. This 2018 Kirsch. They don't have Jalen Rose. They don't have Chris Webber. Name 2 stars on their team.
Wagner. I know one.
Xavier Simpson.
Okay, you named 2. I'm proud of you.
Wagner is a beast, though. I like him. He got heart too.
What's the other dude's name? Something Wagner.
That's what I'm saying. Wagner. He's German. They pronounce it Wagner.
You're joking though about you really picked them to win the national championship, right?
I really picked them to win the national championship.
Explain why, because I think there's something to be said about the bracket. There's
the tournament this year is more wide open than ever before. Villanova was my safe pick. Like, I'm not going to look stupid if Villanova's in the final if Villanova wins. Like, okay, I had Villanova in the finals. That's my safe pick. There's no other team that really stands out to me. Everybody was on Arizona. Arizona lost in the first game. I could see Michigan State being in the Final Four, but they're also going to run into Duke. I could see Duke maybe getting past Michigan State. That's going to be a battle. When you look at who Michigan is playing, like, they don't really have a tough bracket. I think they might be actually in Xavier's bracket. Whose bracket are they in?
I'm trying to look at the bracket right now because you was off the wall. What's the chain right now?
They're in Xavier's bracket.
Yep.
And when I think of Xavier, like, they're going to have a dogfight against Florida State. When they get past Florida State, they're going to have a dogfight against Ohio or Gonzaga.
Yeah.
And, like, Michigan's going to have to work out for them because they're going to have to beat Houston and UNC. But, I mean, I like Michigan. I like their coaching. I like what they've done. They've won the Big Ten the last 2 years. They went deep in the tourney last year.
Yeah, they did.
This is not a bullcrap program right now. Like,
they kind of low key back. They just got to get over that hump and win one, and then they're gonna be looked at as
they was in the Final Four just a couple years ago. Like, they're not a team to be slept on.
Okay. Well,
and I debated on the Arizona Kentucky thing. I almost put Kentucky in my Final Four, and I wish I would have now.
That's fair. Now that you explained it, I mean, it don't seem like.
And Michigan has fared very well against all the other Big Ten teams that people are talking about. Michigan State, they did well against them.
Okay, how come Purdue is on a whole the other side of the bracket in the Midwest, whereas Ohio and Michigan are on the same bracket?
You gotta wonder. I mean, you wonder why Michigan State's playing in Detroit, but Michigan's not, and Michigan beat Michigan State twice this year.
Like, I really don't like because I'm a Big Ten guy. Like, I feel like they be the way they do brackets in the playoffs, like, even for college football, like, it seemed kind of funny to me how the Big Ten teams always got to go against each other, but the ACC, every SEC and ACT, Big East, they always spread out against the brackets. You know what I mean? They spread out throughout the brackets.
They hate on the Big Ten. The NCAA really hate on the Big Ten.
So, what you think, Mike? Being that you Notre Dame and y'all like what, independent? That's what y'all are.
I don't.
Not existed.
I understand what Kershaw's talking about as far as the bracket being as open as it is, and there being so many possibilities. I was actually looking at the bracket, trying to make a selection on who I would pick because I didn't make a bracket.
I heard the wheels turning over there. He was quiet as shit.
Oh, that's how you feel?
He was concentrating hard.
No, I was on mute. I was talking to Portia. Hey, you know what's really crazy?
What's that?
I'm going to do this way. Hey, baby, I want you to pick a team, and I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for their reason on why they should win the national championship.
Oh, man.
Let's see here. So, I don't care about this bracket. This ain't the right bracket.
She gonna pick Maryland, Baltimore County.
IU's not in the tournament. IU is not in the tournament, y'all.
Huh?
That's funny.
You know, she's an IU alum, so that's who she would pick.
Right.
IUPUI.
George Hill. Hey, you know he's a new Cavalier, right?
Yeah, I might want to talk about them trades so bad. We're gonna talk about them, Mike.
I don't want to. I'm good. Look, why is my phone not bringing up the record though? But anyhow, look, I mean, didn't Villanova win 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be messed up for me to say they're gonna win this year?
Nope.
Like we said, man, Villanova. Well, like I said, it's clearly they've been one of the top programs the last 5 years. So it's not you're not. If a person puts them as them winning it all, you're not gonna seem ludicrous at all. You know what I mean? Or asinine. You're not. It's realistic. It's realistic.
Why can't I even like pull up a bracket though? This is messed up. Everybody I'm trying to pull up is all. Excuse me. They're all brackets that's already filled out. Like I don't.
Notre
What are
Dame
y'all looking at?
NIT, bro.
Oh, national.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not in tournament. I know. I know, Brentel. They not in the tournament, okay?
Okay.
They lost to Penn State. I heard y'all. Hey, y'all know I'm fighting Irish through and through, though. Hey, ain't never wavered.
I'm surprised. Y'all usually have a decent basketball program. Like,
We lost Bonzi Colson for like 14 games, so that's why we fell off.
hey, did George?
Yeah, Bonzi is nice. Bonzi is nice.
I know.
Hey, so did Georgetown make it to the NIT?
No. No, Brentel. I know that was your squad, but no, Brentel.
You should for Memphis.
He said, "Oh,
Hey.
what's up?"
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Oh, okay. Curse is he been all over the story. Yeah, we can talk about it.
I think Tubby's staying, bro. I don't think Tubby going nowhere.
What?
They already fired Tubby. They fired
They
him.
already fired him?
Yeah, they fired him.
Wow.
Penny's going to be announced this week after he wins the state championship in high school.
Wow. Is he in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Yeah, he from Tennessee.
Memphis.
He from Memphis.
I know he's from Memphis, but I didn't know he was coaching high school basketball in Tennessee. I thought he was in Florida.
He's
No.
coaching at high school.
Is it his high school or was it
No, his high school is shut down. He went to Treadwell.
right?
It was actually what would have been his high school rival.
Right. Okay. All right. I had that right. Yeah.
That's like, Brentel, that's like us going to coach at Sandusky.
Yeah. No, like the dude that was the coach, he got sick. He asked Penny to come.
Because he was friends with Penny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then Penny took over the program and has turned it into something great. He's also a coach.
Actually, you got to give the other guy credit. I don't know his name, but he already had a notable program.
Right.
And
Well, he's taking
just-
it to another level.
Yeah.
And he's also coaching the AAU team. He's coaching 3 of the top 26 recruits in the class of 2019.
Yeah, Penny been getting busy. He been getting busy. He been giving back to Memphis, which with him,
Okay.
the college program is awesome.
All right. Well, I'm just going to make some Elite 8 selections. All right.
All right.
All right. I'm going to go with Kentucky and UC. Brandon Allen.
I was gonna.
I'm gonna go with Xavier
Wait. Okay.
and North Carolina.
Okay.
Let's see here. The other side, I know Duke beat them, so I'm gonna go with Duke and Kansas, and then I'm gonna go Texas Tech, Villanova.
Ooh. So you don't have Michigan State at all.
No, Duke gonna beat them.
Oh, okay.
Krzyzewski doesn't do well against Michigan State.
They beat them in the regular season.
Where's
Blew them boys out.
It might be the other way around. I don't know.
And I don't think Michigan can get by North Carolina.
I think they will. I think they got more talent than North Carolina.
But those are my Elite 8 picks. We definitely have to podcast at the Elite 8 round time.
Yeah, we gotta schedule that. Fellas. I'm not gonna make any picks, but
Yeah, because Georgetown ain't in it.
He got Penn State, Georgetown, Georgia, and Terra State.
that's my final four.
Now that was funny.
Oh man, y'all ready to move on?
Yeah, we can move
Georgia
on.
real quick.
Man, wait, hold
Before
on.
we move on.
Wait, go ahead.
Georgia hired a new coach, Tom
I
Crean.
heard they got a really good coach. He got a really good coach.
The SEC is finally kind of taking basketball serious.
Yep.
Auburn almost lost last night. I almost had that right.
Man. Oh yeah, I heard a really good question I wanted to ask you guys. If you had a chance, you got to buy one jersey to wear, right? Out of Ray Rice, Aaron Hernandez, Ray Caruth, or OJ, which one you getting? And Darren Sharper, which one you getting?
I already know who Mike picking.
Nope. It is on record for tonight, though. I'm being for real. They're going over his whole little thing.
I know.
Let me tell you what it's called.
No, I'm saying just pick your jersey. I know. I already know we
Yeah,
are.
Mike. Difficult. We already know who you're gonna pick.
Right. Go ahead.
I told y'all no, I'm not.
Who you
I'm gonna pick OJ.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair because that's a legit. You won't get questioned about that because it's a legit throwback.
It's a legit what?
It's a legit throwback.
Well, yeah.
Well, they
That ain't
all
why
are.
though.
They all are technically, but yeah. But go ahead. But go ahead, Curse.
I'm gonna go with Michael Irvin.
He wasn't on the list.
That was not.
He wasn't on the list. That was a nice try, though.
Hell no. Hell no. You probably got. I gotta go with. I gotta go with. The safe bet is Aaron Hernandez.
Sharper.
Hell no.
Why is that a safe bet?
Because like he just killed some dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Did he do it though?
And or himself.
Or was he the boss and just made sure that it happened?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I'm just saying everything. All of the rest of the people did crimes against women, and it's just too much. I'll stick with Aaron Hernandez.
It's recording right now. It's called Aaron Hernandez Uncovered.
Yeah, I know. He had a show. They're
Okay.
gonna, so they're gonna do the Tupac thing for him.
I got my choice now.
What's that?
I'm going with Zeke.
Oh. Hey, that's funny.
Wow.
That's funny because he could be thrown in that pile too. Most definitely.
So,
Well, if
so
you gonna
what are
say
y'all
Zeke, you gotta
thoughts?
say Jameis.
No, if you're gonna say Zeke, then you gotta say Ray Rice.
No, I did. Ray Rice was the first name.
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's who Kurt's gotta go with.
I got a better one. I'm gonna go Ray Lewis.
All right, never mind, man. Y'all fucked the whole question up. All right, let's talk basketball, man.
Well, I got a question along with that. What is y'all thoughts on how they are doing the 49ers safety? The one that, he was the second person to start doing the knees with Colin Kaepernick. How nobody is trying to sign him. It's like they blackballing him like they did Colin.
I personally don't think they're blackballing him. I just don't think they're willing to give him the money that he thinks he deserves. I think once he realizes, the market for himself, I honestly, me and Bertel have talked about it. I think he's going to end up in Pittsburgh. Like Pittsburgh could use him. Pittsburgh would pay him a decent, portion, but they're not going to overpay for him. He's not an elite safety.
Yeah, I wouldn't even hip to him like that, to be honest with you. Like,
because I know y'all want to talk free agency, so that was something that popped up on my news feed.
My feelings are hurt
when I was reading it.
Yeah, my feelings are hurt. I was really hoping Honey Badger came to the Steelers, dog. We dropped that ball. We probably didn't have enough money to pay him though, but yeah. I was really hoping he went to Pittsburgh. What was you saying? What was you gonna say, Kurt?
He went to Houston. He can't go back home because of the whole Will Smith thing when he spoke out against the dude who shot Will Smith. it's not safe for him to go back to New Orleans. So he went to the next best thing, which was Houston.
Wait, well that was like another NFL player too, wasn't it?
Yeah, Will Smith, he was a DN for New
Right.
Orleans.
But the person who shot him was like a practice squad dude or something like that, right?
No. He
Oh.
played. He was a big name in high school in the New Orleans area, but he never made the league.
Oh, okay. Damn. Well, makes sense. I'm just mad. Damn, I wanted to get him, but let's see. We got Kirk Cousins getting that fully guaranteed NBA contract. What y'all think about that?
I think that him going to Minnesota was a good decision on their part because they had 3 quarterbacks that was all franchise quarterbacks that was all owed money, aka coming this year. So they had to make a decision, and they knew that they could get the cheapest bet out of Kirk Cousins.
How is it the cheapest bet?
That's not the cheapest bet.
That's not the cheapest bet, Mike. That's all
was the
guaranteed,
cheapest bet.
Mike.
It's all guaranteed. It's $28 million a year for 4 years.
Guaranteed. No questions, no nothing. That's a lot of money.
Because they can trade him or they can cut him.
Ain't nobody
It
gonna
ain't
take
guaranteed
that. They
money
can't
if you
trade-
cut.
Cap is guaranteed.
They can't trade him no more. Like they guaranteed money, dog. Like no. I say what? I tell you what. Aaron Rodgers is a free agent coming up too, right?
Yep.
If Kirk Cousins got 84 million, what is it? 84, 87? Guaranteed? Aaron Rodgers better get 880 guaranteed.
I've been saying the best quarterback in the league. I don't even like the Packers at all. Best quarterback in the league with the least amount of talent.
That's all.
And Jordy Nelson don't even want to be there no more. He
They
want
had
to become a Patriot.
They
It
had,
has nothing to do with him wanting to be there. He's slowing down his and
They-
getting paid.
they had to make room. They had to make room. I'm sorry to cut you off, but they had to make room for that Jimmy Graham coming in. So
That too.
the cost of doing business.
Hold on, what?
They got Jimmy Graham.
Look,
Bro, let
we
me-
can't talk football.
All right, bro. Let me.
We can't talk football because I ain't been on it.
Yeah, let me go ahead and go through the free agent moves because Mike is out the loop.
Yes,
San Francisco. You a 49ers fan again, Mike?
I didn't hear what you said, but nice try. All I heard was fan again. That's why I said nice try.
Oh man, Curse, you don't have no leg to stand on. Stop.
Yeah.
How about them Braves, Mike?
Who's you rooting for this year? That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, we got the trade. The Jets traded their number 3 pick overall to the Colts for their number 6 pick. Huh?
The Colts had the 3rd pick. They traded it to the
Oh,
Jets.
they acquired the 3rd pick. So they took the Jets number 6 pick.
What did they trade? Just even trade?
No,
was there
they
money
got-
or what?
No, they got a 37th pick and a 49th pick. And
So that was low key a good
this
move.
year, and they got a 2nd round pick for 2019.
That's because they know Barkley gone.
Put Ken up. Okay.
Yeah, that's a really good pick.
That's because they know.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
a
they
good
know
move.
Barkley's gone, so they was like, "Hey, we might as well go ahead and trade on down and try and find us a Kamara in the draft later or something."
But see, this doesn't make sense to me. Okay, if the Colts gave up that many picks, that mean that shows me that they're not going to shore up their offensive line.
I disagree because I think that spot you can take Quentin Nelson.
The Colts is the ones that took extra picks, right?
Right.
Oh, okay. Wait,
The Colts got extra picks. They moved
Okay.
down. They're going to be able to take Quentin Nelson.
right. So they
probably.
got they got the 3 picks. Okay, yeah. Well, that's what they're doing now for sure. Is shoring up their offensive line. I hope, and don't spend it on defense.
And Mike can attest to this. Quentin Nelson is a fucking monster. And he's going to be a beast at left guard for 10 years.
Okay.
nothing, but I'm saying that because he's a Notre Dame guy.
Yeah. Him and McGlinchey.
Let's see. NFL.com. Let's see what else they got going on. There's a couple other moves that you see Bradford went to Arizona.
Yeah. I'm not sure Arizona even knows what the hell they're doing right now.
Right, and they basically asked Honey Badger to take a pay cut. That's why he ended up leaving, because they had to share up that money. Adamaka Sue
Got cut.
he got cut yesterday.
Bridgewater to the Jets.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nate Solder went to the Giants. Another Mike guy.
Let's see. I just want to see transactions. They ain't got no transactions on this shit. You remember the paper? You remember newspaper used to have transactions?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else we got? There's nothing really. That's pretty much the the bulk of it that we really care about. Teddy, Two Gloves went to the Jets. So you think they're gonna draft a quarterback?
Allen Robinson to the Bears.
Oh yeah, which I
Who?
mean, Allen Robinson.
The Jaguar wide receiver.
What about the you guys didn't talk about what happened with Graham?
Graham.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham.
Oh, he went to the Packers, man.
Yeah, we did touch on that.
Yeah.
So that was just a straight sign and trade or
Yeah.
sign deal, free agency?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Seattle kind of breaking down everything and trying to basically build around Russell now.
Yeah, Richard Sherman's gone.
Yep.
Michael Bennett's gone.
Bennett. Sherman's gone.
Yep.
Wayne is gone.
Yeah, well, Lane is a free agent. Earl Thomas wants to end up in Dallas. Cam
Yeah, because he's from Texas.
back.
So they about to try and rebuild?
If you call it that. They got to if they want to rebuild, they got to rebuild their offensive line first.
Yeah, they got to stop having Russell run around for his life.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
They need a big back that can carry the load for 25, 30 touches.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we want to talk about? Free agency, we pretty much adjusted that. It's just now revving up. Damn, man, who moving?
Huh?
So who moving around? Is that you, Coach? Is that you?
Me.
Put your
No,
shit on mute.
I'm laying in one spot.
Right, put your shit on mute if you moving around, Mike.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, let's go with the NBA playoff picture. How it's looking right now. Let me pull that up real quick.
Is that Hennessy?
We're gonna go. What Toronto? Dog, we did not pick. We did not pick Toronto to be number 1 seed overall, guys. Nobody picked them, and they're the number 1 seed right now, which is amazing.
That is crazy.
Indiana's at 3. Philly's sitting at number 6. Cleveland, okay, you got Toronto at number 1, Boston at number 2, Indiana at 3, Cleveland at 4, Washington sitting at 5, Philly is sitting at 6, Milwaukee at 7, Miami at 8. The two teams we did not pick to be in there is Indiana, and we kind of all argued about Milwaukee, but Miami's in there, Kirsch. Without your boy Waiters, which is amazing to me.
And Whiteside's been banged up all year.
Yeah. As of right now, the playoffs will just start today. Wow. Toronto's on an 11-game winning streak?
Yeah, Toronto is tearing up the league right now.
It's like one of those
It
situations
makes me
where
think, again, that they might be peaking too early. Ooh,
True.
and Tennessee is down 2 with less than a minute to go.
damn, that game fast. That game went by fast. We got Houston, number 1.
Tennessee ball,
Oh,
32
damn.
seconds.
We got Houston, number 1. Golden State, number 2. Portland sitting at number 3 in the West. Didn't see that coming. I thought they would be teetering around 8.
Hey,
Huh?
Dame Lillard is that guy.
Yeah. Is Mike still on the call? Because I know he want to talk some Boston shit.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm just letting you rattle off, and then I'll talk.
Okay. Oklahoma City at 4. Minnesota at 5, which I think they're gonna slide out. New Orleans, surprisingly, at number 6. Utah at number 7. San Antonio at 8. As of right now.
That would be an interesting matchup. Houston, San Antonio, first round.
Yep. Especially if Kawhi come back.
That could be a sneaky 8 upsets of 1. Houston looks like Dallas that year. I could see that happening.
What you think, Mike? You want to talk about the East first, or you want to talk about the West?
We can talk about the East.
I know. Well, we'll talk about them last, man, because I know you're gonna spend forever on Boston. What you think about the West?
Who did you have as the 1 seed?
Houston's sitting at 1. Golden State at number 2. Portland is sitting at number 3. Oklahoma City at number 4. Minnesota Timberwolves at number 5. New Orleans at 6. Utah at 7. San Antonio at 8 as of right now.
I think it stays the same. Them same 8 make the playoffs.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds about where it was at before. Who we thought was going to be in the playoffs.
Oh, hell.
I think that.
Hell.
Did Tennessee
Portland,
lose?
No,
They just tied up and he got fouled.
It's 61-61 with 20.1 seconds to go.
Damn, I
And
need
he
to hurry
got
up.
fined.
I need to hurry
I
up.
think that Portland is the only team that we didn't think was going to be there
Yeah.
or that high.
Yep. I said 8.
I think that we all know it's still Golden State's to lose.
Absolutely. But like me and Kirsten, we just had the conversation the other day about them getting their injuries out the way. So, I mean, it's looking good.
Because if you remember last year, KD got hurt and he was totally fucking healthy by the time playoffs rolled around. He had that extra win that nobody else had.
Yep.
I bet he missed his free throw.
Hey man, I think like you said, Kirsch, if we got a healthy Kawhi, and that number 1 seed, I can see Houston getting upset, dog. Because Mike D'Antoni has never done well against Pop.
Oh, yeah.
Ever.
Because it's a contrast in styles.
And the game slows down. You can't do that. We're going to try to score under 4 seconds or less in the playoffs. This court shrinks. The game slows down. Now you got to play defense. And we all know Mike D'Antoni's weakness is defense.
And Kawhi he crosses out one or the other. Paul or Harden, he crosses one of them out.
And I think Danny Green, he's still a good defender. You can put him on Chris Paul to kind of slow him down.
Yeah.
So, Yeah.
and you have them old heads that have been coming off the bench all year that are going to be semi-fresh leg. The Tony Parkers and the Manus, and Pop knows what he's doing. So if he can just get in and have a healthy Kawhi, he's got a shot.
That's I said. You got a healthy Kawhi? It's a total game changer in the Western Conference playoffs. Not saying they're going to beat Golden State, but it could be a situation where they can meet in the finals because them playing the 1 seed, they're in a totally different bracket in the playoffs. They could win out if they beat Houston.
Where did you say OKC is right now?
They're at number 4.
Okay.
You got any thoughts? You want to compound on that light bulb?
I'm just saying they play a little bit of different style. They have what it takes in the playoffs.
I told y'all they was gonna lose.
Who they lose to? Let me go back and look.
Loyola Chicago.
Oh,
Mike, you just totally ruined this shit. Like I'm watching it on.
Sorry. Oh, I didn't know you was behind me. I'm sorry.
damn it.
I feel real bad now, Kirsch.
Fucking asshole.
I didn't know you was behind me.
Our Raymond voice, you fucking stupid ass.
Fucking stupid ass.
I didn't know you was behind me, man. I'm sorry. Look at he got the I eat shit face so bad. I'm sorry. This is what college basketball's all about.
What's his face went to Loyola, Chicago? Antoine.
Did he?
Nah. He just went to Loyola. He didn't go to Loyola Chicago.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
same.
I could have sworn that's a I didn't think that was D1. The one he went to.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the East, Mike. Let's see what you got.
Well, hold on. I had a question though.
Okay.
If Kawhi comes back healthy in the offseason, if possible, just for talks, shits and giggles, would you straight up trade LeBron for Kawhi?
No.
Kawhi got too much headroom left in his career.
As San Antonio, I don't do that.
Because you don't want that circus that comes with LeBron.
LeBron and Pop have been good together. They've had great relationships.
Absolutely.
You don't have the pieces to put around LeBron, and you already kind of have a skeleton of a roster. You don't deplete your roster to bring LeBron in.
You're not depleting. You're just trading straight up.
Right.
Kawhi don't make that much, though. You're still going to have to
depleting
give up something.
because you're getting older. You're adding more age to an already aged roster.
I got you.
And I don't think LeBron would even sign off on that. Because personally, I would take Kevin Love over LaMarcus Aldridge all day.
Okay, second trade. If you were Phoenix, would you trade Devin Booker for Klay Thompson?
No.
Golden State would do that.
Yeah, Golden State wouldn't do that.
It doesn't matter. If it's possible, would you straight up do that?
If you're Phoenix, you got to look in the eyes of Phoenix. Hell yeah. But
you absolutely have to, but Golden State's never going to do that because Devin Booker is not even close to Klay Thompson on the defense.
Right. And as a shooter, he's not.
That too. But like I'm thinking from a defensive standpoint, like that's what Klay is for sure. Like you can stick him on the best player, he's locking him down. Anything he adds offensively in the playoffs is a bonus. Like you don't need him to be a star offensively.
He can be though. That's the dangerous part about him.
He's their Ron Artest.
He's the definite X factor because
without Klay they don't win.
They can still win without Klay, but
I don't think without Draymond,
they're not as good without Klay.
Right.
Without Draymond, they're in a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But this is where I would argue about Steph Curry as an X factor, because if you don't have Steph, the court is not as spread out.
Right.
that's why Steph is important. Because as soon as Steph touches the ball, he's in range.
That's crazy. That's nuts. When you think about it, like to be 35, 36 feet out, you know what I mean? You still as scared as a guy who's regular, like on the line. That's just crazy.
Holy cow! I'm so stoked. Y'all don't understand. A kid from my AAU team last year about to play for the state championship. They just beat Romeo Langford.
That's crazy.
Yeah. With a buzzer beater, 64-62.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to.
Hey, we appreciate that. Any more comments about the West?
I think all that. Yeah, I think they all stay the same the way that they are. I don't think that there's nobody that can come up or change the dynamics of the way that they're seated right now. I'm about to double check and see how many games back the other teams are, but NBA. I'm still salty. Y'all don't understand how salty I am. We lost 10 points. Not in the dang on tournament. Is what it is, though.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, so conference. Portland. Well, Portland in Oklahoma City, they got the same amount of wins. They just ain't played as many games. Minnesota. New Orleans is a 6th seed. Utah, San Antonio. Denver might actually be able to creep in there.
They're a fun team. They don't play defense as well, but they're a fun team. But if they play Houston, they're going to get blown out. But
am I reading this right?
What's up?
Brentel, the Lakers won 31 games?
Yeah. I said they was going. No, I'm joking. Yeah, we definitely got better. We got better. I mean, it doesn't matter because, yeah, we might as well win the games. We're not going to get the pick. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
I can't believe that. Wow, I can't believe that Memphis really fell off like that.
The firing their coach, man. They wanted to
Mike
tank.
Conley didn't hurt.
That, and, I mean, when Mike Conley got hurt, it kind of tailed off. But after they lost like, 10 games after they fired Wayman. So, yeah. So okay, let's look at with the college tournament. Oh no, we're gonna stay on. We good. We out the West. We're going to the East now.
All right. So the fact that you already been counted off my Celtics as the number 1 seed, I'm gonna let slide. It's okay.
Mike, y'all down 5 games, Mike.
Listen. Yeah, you didn't even let me finish. I said that's fine because Kyrie hurt. We lost another dude and Marcus Smart out, so that's cool. We understand injuries happen. So where we at? Like we not. I hope we win 50 games. How about I put it like that?
All I'm saying is, y'all, mathematically, you're not gonna clinch the number 1 seed. Y'all the number 2 seed. It is what it is.
You're right. Here's what it is. So now coming down to this Indiana Cleveland, I see Cleveland's a half game back of that. Cleveland's gonna take Indiana.
Okay. Because
I think Washington down the line, John Wall, they gonna jump Indiana. Don't get me wrong. Nate McMillan has that team playing fantastic, and he has done the major most of having something out of nothing for sure.
I mean, check this out though. This is a really late part in the season. There ain't that many games left, so we're not gonna see too much maneuvering. We might see a lot on the East, but we're not gonna see a lot of maneuvering on the West. But I don't think I feel like Cleveland, they're not gonna make that jump.
The West has more opportunity for maneuvering. The East is set. I mean,
Fuck you, Curse. Miami got the 8th seed.
Yeah, you wasn't listening. Hey, he called that. I put Miami in my 8 too.
Yeah, Miami
And
got
nobody put Philly in there but me.
Yeah, I said that they was gonna be the team to watch though. They was the fun and up and coming team to watch.
Hey, if Philly learns in the next 2 years, they're gonna have to learn how to close games. Once they learn how to close games, they're gonna be a problem.
Where is Brendan and the Bulls?
I think that's Markelle Fultz's role. He gonna end up being the closer.
I really hope that happens because he got a raw deal this year.
I'm selfish. I hope he flops.
Damn, because he's in the East.
I hope Gordon Hayward breaks his little leg.
Come on,
That's
man.
fucked up.
That's really fucked up, bro.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
But I just said flopped. I didn't say broke his leg or hurt himself or nothing.
What the fuck?
Dang. I said flops because I want Jaylen Brown and Tatum. I want them to be. I know they're gonna be up and coming stars, but I want Tatum to get more recognition from this draft class than anyone else.
Oh, Mark. Okay, I got you.
Tatum ain't fucking with Donovan Mitchell though.
Because they trying to make. I think that Donovan Mitchell gets dog walked by Tatum if they play 1-on-1.
Of course, dude, come on, man.
Tatum's 6'8".
Yeah,
Right?
That's why I said it. So, but I feel that they're still giving Lonzo Ball too much credit, and I am so far against him right now. Like he
got Draymond numbers, bro.
Yeah, 10, 10, and 10.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking about Lonzo in any of the balls.
Y'all, listen. He's in LA. He's playing okay. He's going to get this media coverage, and he a ball.
Sorry, are y'all watching TV?
Hey,
Parker,
you know what?
Parker is so pissed Tennessee lost.
I'm gonna say it this way: I'm homophobic. I don't talk about balls.
Wow,
That's terrible. It's a terrible joke. We'll omit that from the podcast.
wow.
Oh man.
You should have said I don't talk about balls unless they're my own. But yeah, I don't think that he's that good. But I do see.
How is he not that good? I don't understand how y'all can say that.
I think they'd have been better with Westbrook, or not Westbrook. Why can't I think? D'Angelo.
Oh, D'Angelo Russell. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, they would have had a score. They would have had. You could have put D'Angelo Russell at number 2. He needs the ball though. Does he move well off the ball in Brooklyn, Kirsch?
He does well. Like actually, he started the season. Well, even now he's playing with Spencer Dinwiddie. Like he's kind of off the ball.
So he's a combo guard.
He's a pretty good spot-up shooter.
I think they could have kept him, but I think Magic had it out for him.
I think Magic has major plans to try and bring LeBron.
I don't want LeBron. I really don't. He's too old for me. Like,
I didn't say I wanted him. I just said that's what they're trying to do.
LeBron going to Philly. He gonna try
LeBron's not leaving.
What?
I'll tell you this now. LeBron is not leaving. They turned over that roster so they're younger players. Now they are following LeBron. Prior to this, they had more veteran players that are looking at LeBron like, hey, you may have all these final appearances, but we have just as much clout in the league as you. They got rid of them motherfuckers. Now these young dudes are following LeBron. They're going to build this roster up just a little bit more and keep running in Cleveland. LeBron staying.
I don't think that they staying. I don't think that he's staying at all. I think that it was a huge, huge trade for the Lakers to let go of Clarkson, so that took a whole bunch of money off of their books.
There's nothing in LA that is better than what he has in Cleveland.
But
Except for the fact that they got millions upon millions in cap space, and they can sign at least 2 superstars.
Time out.
Cleveland has his bird rights. Kevin Love comes back healthy next year. They have a top 10 lottery pick that could be top 3.
They traded away
Brooklyn's pick. No, they didn't trade that away.
They didn't trade that away.
Which one did they trade away?
They traded their own pick away.
Yeah, they didn't get Brooklyn up. For what?
So
they didn't even get
that. They can still maneuver and create another piece or maybe 2 to go with what they have. He's not leaving.
Okay, here's the thing. With
Lou might be out though.
Right, but here, yeah, they was arguing last night. Did you see that shit?
No.
But anyway, you say that, but when he came to Cleveland, they ain't have shit. They had a bunch of young pieces, but they didn't have shit. That's kind of what LA's looking like right now, with BA and with Lonzo.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is what he knew was in Cleveland when he came back to Cleveland. He knew they had Kyrie. So when he added himself to Kyrie, they needed one more piece. When he went to Miami, they had D Wade, even though he was technically a free agent.
Right, they don't have that for sure star in LA.
For sure star. They have some nice pieces.
You right.
But not for a star to go with him.
You right. I get you.
And the guys that you can actually be excited about in LA kind of play his position. Kuzma and Ingram kind of play LeBron's position. Like, you're going to have a bad spacing with that.
Jam, yeah. Yeah, and Ingram, Kuzma and Ingram, they would have to turn into spot-up shooters.
I don't know about salary cap wise, but honestly, the best spot for him would probably be Portland.
He ain't going to the West though. He don't want nothing.
He's not going to Portland. I don't think he's going to the West. I don't see him going to Philly. I don't think Philly's a good fit for him either. Again, because of spacing.
Because of Ben Simmons.
Him and Ben Simmons are the same player.
Mm-hmm.
And Markelle Fultz ain't exactly a spot up shooter. Like, he's going to need the ball. He's going to attack. Like, you're dealing with younger players. It's not like when he went to Miami. Wade was a little bit older and had a ring. It was like, okay, well, let's get some more rings. I'll adapt to you. Like, the guys are going to be like.
Now that you say that, Kirsch, he ain't going to Philly because his passive aggressive shit on Twitter ain't gonna slide with Embiid. He ain't gonna Embiid ain't gonna let that type of shit slide. So LeBron can't get off his little passive aggressive shit that he likes to do with the media, and Embiid is clever and funny as shit. He gonna be responding in his own little way. Well, he probably be more direct.
The other thing is LeBron is thinking about legacy. Like, for him to go to a third team in his career, he's going to look like a title chaser. If he stays within those two teams. And I'm not saying that he's going to go to Miami because I don't think that's going to happen. I don't even think Miami has the cap space to be able to pull that off. But if he goes outside of those two teams, he's going to hurt his legacy. Kind of like Shaq. Once he was outside of the Orlando, LA, Miami triangle that he created, people were like, "Oh, Shaq had them last 3 or 4 years where he's like in Phoenix and
Celtics and Cleveland and
Boston." It was the Hang On tour.
Yeah, damn. Right. So do you think he gonna stay in Cleveland till Bronny comes to the league?
Here's the thing about LeBron. I feel like unless Dan Gilbert is sucker enough to give him a player coach position, I don't see LeBron holding on that much longer. I'm thinking LeBron hangs on. Okay, this would be 8 finals straight. I think he goes to 10 straight finals and then calls it. I don't think he wins anymore, but I think he goes to 10 straight finals, which would definitely put him in an argument for greatest all time. You don't even have to argue rings. Like, he went to 10 straight finals.
They gonna discredit that because he been in the East.
It doesn't matter. He went to 10 straight finals. Nobody's ever done that.
Right, but what I'm telling you.
Uh,
The haters gonna say it's Photoshop. That's what I'm saying. They gonna be like he was in the East and he basically disarmed the East with
Well, this is how you say it, okay? If it's done in the East, then why ain't AI do it, or T Mac, or Penny, or Shaq, or
Jordan.
Billups, or Jordan? Nobody's ever done it, especially in the East.
Hmm.
That's how you discredit that whole East thing. Like nobody's ever done it in the East. If the East is so easy, then it should have been done. Like why ain't Reggie Miller ain't make it to what, 2 finals, 1 final? Like
I feel you.
that's how you discredit that. I know how you and TJ used to say discredit as curse.
Oh man. Anyway, where we at, man? Where we at? Oh, I wanted to talk about where John Wall is gonna be traded and when.
why is he even up for trade debate talk?
Have you
Been doing without him.
Yeah, have you been watching?
All is moving in Washington.
Dog,
I haven't been
they
watching
look
sports
so
like
much
that.
like they got like a they're on the what? They got a pretty good record. They weren't in the playoffs. John Wall get hurt. Now they're in the playoffs. So, with that being said, everybody's moving the ball. Everybody's getting easy buckets, and they're getting buckets early in the shot clock, which that is a sign of a point guard who's chasing assists. And when they get hurt, that's a clear sign of a point guard who was chasing assists, where you're scoring later in the shot clock because they're holding the ball trying to get their assist, in which they showed a clip last night, a montage of how different they look with John Wall and without him, and they showed like John Wall not being well. They showed Satoransky, him moving off the ball, him getting the ball to cutters, like they're swinging the ball, everybody's touching the ball, and getting open, easy layups, easy jump shots, open jump shots, high percentage shots. Period. Then they flip over to John Wall. He's holding the ball late in the shot clock, running off pick and rolls. He's not moving off the ball. He just stands in the corner late in the game. Like it was like, damn, they just put the indictment out for him to get traded, dog. It's like, damn, it was bad, dog. It was bad to see it.
My thoughts on this whole thing is John Wall hasn't given into the system. Scott Brooks did.
So, I'm sorry, say that again.
I said John Wall hasn't given into the system of Scott Brooks yet. If you think about it, if you want to see it this way or you don't, Scott Brooks made Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
What is their system? It was running gun. He was passing the ball. He's the triple-double threat now that he is.
No. You got to look at late in the game. What did they do? They ISO'd the ball to KD or Russ. They took turns. That's what they did when they had those talents. With Washington.
They have those talents.
No, I'm saying with Washington, with
them.
Satoransky as their point guard, they're running a motion set system. And that's why you get Otto. Otto's been playing. All those Otto's, well, he's been the most consistent player in the last 2 years, to be honest with you. He's been consistent. Brad, he has his ups and downs throughout the season. Otto's pretty much consistent. He had a little dip these last 10 games. He's shooting 39%, whereas before he was shooting 54%. These last 10 games. But he's been the most consistent in the past 3 years. I mean, we said it last year. I said it last year. Otto outplayed John Wall in the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah.
That was no argument. But anyway, to get back to what I'm saying, they are
until the Celtics series.
Here you go. Here you motherfucking go, man. Let me look. Let me.
John Wall did play. He played his ass off against the Celtics.
He did. He did. But
because it was a matchup of him versus IT.
But timeout. See. Now we about to go in this whole conundrum. Listen. John Wall canceled out because motherfucking Isaiah Thomas was averaging 33 points against them. So everything John Wall did, it don't count. You're supposed to be a defensive, both sides point guard. You know what I'm saying? All around defensive point, a superstar, whatever you're supposed to be. And you letting Isaiah Thomas score 33 points on you, average 33 points on you. He hit him for what? 43 the first game, and then 33 the second game. Come on, man.
Hey, was that not a great trade of IT to Cleveland though?
Hey, Boston do what Boston do, man. That's why you don't do business with them.
I was shitty about it, but hey, that was a hell of a trade. I can't look back on it and say, hey, what was we doing? Because that was a good trade.
What are your thoughts, Kirsch, on the whole John Wall getting traded thing? Yo, you there?
Kirsch.
He must be on mute. I don't know. Well, the most logical trade is because I've been hearing this, like when it makes sense. It's Kemba, John Wall straight up. John Wall's from North Carolina. It would work. But I'm gonna let Kirsch say his who he thinks, because that he's got an interesting take on it. But my whole thing is like, when do you trade him? Do you trade him after the first couple games of the season, next season, or do you trade him in the off season? What do you think, Mike?
I think that you can't trade him now, so you got to trade him next year.
Right, but do you trade him in the first couple games of the season, get his stock up, let him showcase, then trade him, or do you just trade him in the offseason?
Kemba been on the chopping block, bro. He got to be upset with that. He can't be happy.
Yeah. Is there any other place you think John Wall would fit at?
I think John Wall style. Trying to think all these teams on the East. No, he ain't fitting nowhere else.
Hey, how much is Reggie Jackson getting paid? He getting paid like $15 a year, right? Because he making like 60 something, right?
Are you talking about from Detroit?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. He is $14.96 million.
Huh. John Wall making 18. That won't work.
Hey, if you put him with the Pistons, though, look out.
It won't
with
work,
Draymond and Blake.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Or Drummond.
I wouldn't take Reggie if I was Washington. That's a lopsided trade. Very lopsided trade. The best fit is Charlotte, Washington, man.
You ready for my take?
Oh yeah,
We've been ready.
Sorry, the fiance was calling.
Oh, okay.
John Wall being on the trade block has New York written all over it.
Tell us why. That's why I saved it. I'll let you say it.
New York likes the big splash.
Wait a minute, I got a question before you go on with this New York rant. Are you back? You admitted at the beginning of the season you was back on New York, right?
Are we really talking about fanship right now?
Come on, man. Let me get his take off, bro.
Hey, I'm just making sure.
You put John Wall on the big stage in New York, which he likes. He can run pick and roll with Porzingis, which would be very, very dangerous.
Because
You have Tim Hardaway Jr., and you could probably finagle the trade to give up like Ntilikina, Courtney Lee, and a future first-round pick so you could still keep your lottery pick this year. Then all of a sudden, you got Hardaway Jr., you got John Wall, you got Porzingis, and whoever they pick up in the draft, and you got a show in New York at Madison Square Garden all of a sudden. You have Trey Burke coming off the bench. I think they still have Moutier for another year.
oh shit, I forgot they got Moutier.
You add a couple shooters maybe here and there. I mean, Trey Burke is not a bad shooter. Like you have an interesting team that could definitely contend for a 7-8 seed in the East. And if they're spinning on all cylinders, look out. Especially if they keep Canner, because Canner eats up all those rebounds.
All right, so I'm sitting here reading what y'all are talking about, and I just want to know what y'all thoughts are, because somebody said that Sacramento and Washington trade, which would be an Otto Porter and John Wall for Rudy Gay, Krista Kufos, and picks.
Why is Rudy Gay in that picture? Like, Rudy Gay don't play for Sacramento.
Yeah, you don't play for them no more.
Is this old?
It has
They did. Somebody did say John Wall would be a good trade.
Because Pauly Stein is an old teammate. Yeah.
But De'Aaron Fox and John Wall, that could be a match. But
okay,
you just throwing them out to the Wolves.
This is fresh too. The Pelicans to trade for John Wall and Red Panda. And you put Anthony Davis and Boogie with John Wall.
Hey, I got another one. Since we brought up Rudy Gay, what if San Antonio got in the business of pulling a John Wall deal?
He can't.
I don't know what they would give up necessarily right off rip without looking at it, but you throw John Wall in there with Kawhi and LaMarcus Aldridge, you got a big three.
Does he
you put
fit, though?
You put some shooters around those three, and that could be interesting.
Does John Wall fit personality-wise? That's the whole thing with San Antonio. You know what I mean? Like, does he fit? Because San Antonio, they got machines. Whereas John Wall, he like to play defense, or, you know what I mean? Like, he has to be in a situation where he's made to play defense.
It's what we were talking about earlier when we talked about Kyrie. Kyrie.
Uh-huh.
When you go to San Antonio, you play defense because that's the culture.
Right.
So what? Because Kawhi's playing defense. The other guy on the wing's playing defense. Aldridge down there on the block is playing defense. He has to. He doesn't have to in Washington because he's got Brad and Otto, but, you know, the Morris twins don't play defense. They do rebound.
Well, our Morris plays defense.
Because he's forced to. I mean, he's required. No, it's required of him.
He's disguised in that system, just like he's kind of covered up in the Washington system.
Why are y'all saying it like they're the same person?
They
got all the same tattoos. I guess you're right.
Do they really?
Yes. Yes.
Every single one of them.
Yes.
No, they don't.
I swear.
Bro.
Look it up, bro.
That's the ultimate whoop-de-whoop. Wow.
Yeah, man. But like you're saying, Kurt, if he comes there, because we know talent-wise, John Wall could be the best two-way player in the league if he wanted to.
And he might actually, not to make a joke of your words, Mike, but he might actually flourish in San Antonio.
The thing I worry about
because he's Tony Parker-ish.
Right.
He can get to the bucket. Right. He can do whatever he wants to do. He can run around in circles.
Yeah.
I mean, he not really required to play D because of Kawhi.
I mean, he going to play defense. He going to play defense. It's just a matter of like the thing I don't like about John Wall is like he don't play defense until it gets personal. That's the corniest shit ever, dog. Like I really hate that about him because he could be like every night locked down whoever, but he cheats on defense to because when he get the ball, that motherfucker is the road runner. You know what I mean? Like Speedy Gonzalez, but on the defensive end, you lagging off of pick and rolls and not hedging and shit. Like, come on, man.
Right.
That's annoying. That's why and that goes back to last year. That's why Isaiah Thomas ate their ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I'm with you.
But yeah, that Sacramento, San Antonio, Charlotte, New York, those could be really cool places. Yeah. I'm interested to see what happens.
I think that this year is going to be very interesting in free agency for the NBA.
Okay, I got one. Hold up. Would y'all trade John Wall for Eric Bledsoe?
Probably not. Because that's a Bradley Beal times 2.
What you think, Kirsch? Damn it, he on mute again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Wait,
okay.
did
What y'all saying? I'm sorry.
I said, would you
Would you
trade?
trade Eric Bledsoe?
I would trade Wall for Bledsoe.
You say you wouldn't?
No.
Even if you say if you're Milwaukee, you wouldn't do it?
No. If I was Milwaukee, hell yeah. If I'm
Okay.
Washington, hell no.
Okay.
Hey,
You
Texas
got to
Tech gonna
come
blow
with
Florida out.
something. Now, like I said earlier when I was talking to you, bro, I would do Kemba Walker and another piece for John Wall.
Mhm.
I would do that on both ends.
Yep.
Because Charlotte wants to shed salary, and Washington can add depth. A perfect trade for both sides. Michael Kidd Gilchrist and Kemba for John Wall.
Yep.
Charlotte gets their star. He'll end up getting a Jordan shoe brand deal, and he can do John Wall in Charlotte. They can be a perennial 6 seed. And Washington gets Kemba, who would be a perfect complement to Bradley, Bradley Beal. And then you have Oubre and Kid Gilchrist coming off the bench. Or all lineup play Otto and Kid Gilchrist or Otto and Kelly and have one of them coming off the bench.
Well, I was going to say you got to pay Otto and Kelly because Kelly can stretch the floor and shoot. Kid Gilchrist cannot. He still can't shoot.
But what I'm saying, Otto can shoot, so you don't necessarily need that other piece to shoot.
Well, what I'm saying is that opens up the floor. If they're going to be a spread offense and they're spread, motion offense, you want to have as many shooters as you can so you can get cut to the lane. You know what I mean? Have wider cuts to the lane. So.
And the other thing about being around them shooters and the competitiveness, Kid Gilchrist may be able to turn himself into a Bruce Bowen type, where from the corner he's dangerous. Because he's not an awful shooter, he's just not, a marksman. But from the corner, that's the closest 3-point shot you'll get.
Right.
Never know. And if he ends up with 4s on him, he might be able to stand out there, get some open shots, or if they run up on him, he's good enough to get around. Mm-hmm. I'm a Kid Gilchrist fan, but I'm also a Justice Winslow fan. I like their games, and I think they can evolve. I was a fan of Ron Artest, who turned himself into quite a 3-point shooter. He wasn't always like that, but he turned him. He wasn't Trevor Ariza when he went to LA on the offensive end, but he turned himself into quite a good spot-up shooter.
Yep.
Ron Harper wasn't always a great spot-up shooter, But once he started playing around great players, he made himself a decent spot up shooter.
To stay in the league, you know, to stay having a job, you had to develop that part of his game. Because before the knee injury, Ron Harper was getting to the rim, banging on motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, even Gary Payton turned himself into a spot up shooter for 1 year.
If nothing else, like that's the quintessential ingredient to staying in the league is developing a spot up shot. Everybody that plays should have some resemblance of a spot up shot in their game.
That's why Kevin Love can play in the league for 20 years. He can rebound and he can spot shoot. He's never been a leaper. He's never been explosive. He can play for 20 years if he wants. If his knees hold up, he can play for 20 years easily.
That's true.
That's why Dirk has lasted for 20 years.
Yeah.
At worst, he can spot up.
So do you think Porzingis lasts 20 years?
I worry about Porzingis because of muscle mass. Like,
well, we got this. We have this theory, which I think this is great. If we tell them about the theory, you know you're into the theory, but I'm talking about on the podcast, where it's the skinny man theory of
Greg Oden.
No. Like
no.
Like Penny, like Tracy McGrady, those real string being built people.
Ankles.
No.
Knee.
What?
Yeah, they have
knees and back.
Knees and back. Look it up.
I mean, it makes sense, but that's what Oden was.
Nah, man, he was bigger. Like he wasn't.
That's different.
His frame is different. We talking about rail thin guys like George the Iceman. He had issues with his back. Tracy McGrady, issues with his back.
Penny Hardaway, he had issues with his knee.
Yeah.
Even Grant Hill, issues with his knee.
Ankles.
It
was his ankles.
It was his ankles.
Well, he had issues with his knee too.
No, he had like 5 ankle surgeries, 10 ankle surgeries.
He also had knee issues. He had a left knee issue, which was probably a result of his bad ankles, but he had a knee issue.
Once you get past the 7-year mark, they start breaking down. The 7 there's a 7-year theory that it's Kevin Durant is the exception. He's been the exception, but he's had knee and foot injuries, but where their bodies start breaking down after that 7-year mark. That's the skinny man theory.
Makes sense. So, I mean, I understand what y'all are saying. It makes total sense to me. But to try and change the page, what are y'all thoughts on Jabari Parker? You think he's staying, or you think he's going, or what's going on?
I think they're gonna try to move him. He was on the block this year.
Yeah, and they limited him big time, bro.
Where do you think they're gonna try to put him?
I don't know. I really don't. Don't have
a good fit for him. Who needs a scoring like 3-4 right now? I mean, nobody's willing to give up too much for him.
The Clippers?
He's still on a
Clippers need one. Sacramento?
Yeah, of course, all them teams, they need everything. But I mean, like, a contender.
The Lakers?
You got BA, though.
He gonna have skinny man syndrome.
Ingram is gonna have skinny man syndrome.
I think you kind of pissed me off when you said that, but it's the truth.
Hey, here's a good question: is Giannis gonna have skinny man syndrome?
He's bulking up.
He's too thick.
He's bulking up. No, when he came in the league, he was definitely a perfect candidate for skinny man syndrome.
I really like what Milwaukee is building with Jabari coming off the bench. I know he's not going to keep coming off the bench, but when you have somebody of that level coming off the bench, you really have a deep team and you can become a threat.
Cause he can definitely carry a second unit as far as scoring wise.
If I lose, like,
If he can stay healthy, yeah, definitely.
I think in a few years when Jabari becomes a free agent, he goes back home.
I don't see why
Chicago?
not. That's why he was hype about going to Milwaukee because it wasn't that far from home.
that's the dude that was obsessed with our.
I don't know. What else we got though? We talked about John Wall. We talked about the playoffs, tournament. What are we looking at the tournament? What's going on now?
Let's talk about that game from last night, though.
We already talked about that.
Oh man, that's
Hey, go ahead and tell Nadia. How about them Gonzaga Bulldogs though?
yeah.
Matter of fact, that game is on, huh?
Yeah, they blowing them out. 11.
Yo, that both games was nuts. Oh, sorry for everybody. Everybody cried in cars.
Gonzaga playing Ohio State right now.
They playing Ohio State?
That's what you're talking about right now.
Oh, fuck you.
Haters gonna hate.
I know, right? So stop hating, my nigga.
Hey, that ain't my fault. They should have been NIT with the damn Irish.
They did they have to play in? They did have to play in?
Who Notre Dame?
Hey, Notre Dame lost to Penn State, the same team that destroyed y'all by 40.
Why are you talking about something old? I just asked you a relevant.
Right. You ain't want to face the facts on that, though, huh?
I'm going to the past when we talk about old stuff.
Mm.
If we want, yes, exactly. If we want to talk about something old, if you want to take a blast from the past, talk about the Super Bowl, though.
Oh, okay. All right, man.
Yeah. No. Let's hit that button because y'all didn't even make the playoffs, did you? Oh.
You mad for real,
Ooh.
Mike?
Ooh.
Matter of fact, you did disappear, Mike. I ain't hear nothing
He
from
just
you.
Will
that night.
Cage you, dog.
They didn't even make the playoffs, though.
No,
just
Mike,
Will
we talking
Cage
about
you,
y'all
bro.
losing in the Super Bowl, bro. That's what we talking about.
Hey, we took a loss. It's all right.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, we took a loss. We was there, wasn't we?
How you feel about that, Mike? Yeah, I've been meaning to ask you that.
I mean, it is what it is. What you mean?
Is y'all dynasty over, Mike?
No.
It's over now. How's that one
Nah.
song? It's over now.
We about to just reload. Watch.
Okay, calm down, Mike. We just playing. Damn.
Oh, if anything, I'm worried about what y'all Steelers is trying to do.
Man, listen, Mike.
Y'all the only team
Okay.
that we need to worry about.
No, okay. I hear you on that. But is Belichick coming back, man?
Yes.
You know what? I just
I
said
don't know.
that
I
was
really
it,
don't know.
last night or 2 nights ago. I said I don't think Belichick is going to be there as long as people think. I think his time in New England is going to be up quicker with
You're right.
his
I
hand.
think if he'd have won that Super Bowl, it'd have been over with.
Well, and he had to trade Jimmy. Like, I think he only stays one more year because the media hyped it up. So I think he leaves on his own terms. He might have a Urban Meyer health case and I'm sick, and then finds himself in another nice program.
Well, you got anything to rebuttal with that, Mike?
No, I think he leaves. I think he leaves in the next 2 years. I don't think he leaves next year. I think he leaves the year after.
And I think Josh McDaniels ends up being George Seifert.
Oh wow!
He takes over. They're good for a few years, and then all of a sudden they see that he really can't coach.
But George Seifert won a Super Bowl.
He had Joe Montana, Steve Young, and Jerry Rice. You're supposed to win a Super Bowl.
You're supposed to win 2 Super Bowls, and that's what he won.
Right. I'm not even going to give Josh McDaniels one. Like, Tom Brady is done, bro. Tom Brady ain't getting no more. He might make it to another Super Bowl, but he's not winning no more.
Nah, we gonna win one.
It's a
We
wrap.
drafting a quarterback this year. Watch.
So
That don't
that's why
matter.
they traded Jimmy. Okay. All right, man. I am all sported out.
Oh, fucking science teacher just met Billy Bob.
Yeah, there's nothing else. You got anything else, Mike?
No, I'm good.
Curse you.
We need to have another one next week when the Elite Eight is here.
I
All
want to
right.
give a
Let's
shout
do
out.
that.
I don't normally shout out Fremont. You know, I have kind of a personal vendetta against Fremont athletics, but the Lady Giants basketball team made it to the sectional finals and lost. That's a pretty awesome accomplishment.
Yeah, Juan Vela did his thing.
I wouldn't give Juan credit for that, but
I mean, he built that program back from when Miss Wolf had it. Coach Wolf. Move!
hey, I got a question, y'all. I was talking to Kirby and we was talking about me and high school basketball and stuff. Has Coach Gideon won a playoff game since we left school?
Nope.
I didn't think so, but I didn't want to discredit him.
On that note, I'm done. All right.
But
we need to give a shout out to Man. You know, he's doing his thing with his one-on-one. He's got
His AAU program, his individual classes. He's
teaching sessions. Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to me in Heidelberg.
For sure.
All right. I got nothing
All
else,
right,
man. I'll holler at y'all.
Later.
One, peace.